Based on the case against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, we are learning tonight that additional charges could soon be...
Combs allegedly drugged. What is wrong with this guy? 10-year-old boy in a Manhattan hotel room in 2005, which Combs telling aspiring musician, you have to do some stuff you don't want to do sometimes after the boy...
What the federal government sometimes does when they're continuing their investigation is they'll do a subsequent indictment, which is a superseding indictment. It usually amends and replaces the original...
...dog in this bail argument. And that's because of the crime of human actually creates a presumption that the defendant should...
...believes is innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any...
Bet on the case against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. We are learning tonight that additional charges could soon be allegedly Dr. What is wrong with this guy? 10-year-old boy in a Manhattan hotel room in 2005, which Combs selling SP musician, you have to do some stuff you don't want to do sometimes after the board. What the federal government sometimes does when they're continuing their investigation is they'll do a subsequent indictment. That which is a superseding indictment, it usually amends and replaces the original indictment. Man, Diddy's world is crashing down hard. The lawsuits, they're coming at him like a tidal wave, piling up faster than anyone can count, and now he's stuck in jail with no bail, facing the kind of heat that even his money can't put out. But that's not even the worst of it. Folks from his own camp are flipping on him. First, his old publicist started hinting that they got dirt to spill, and now his attorney just up and walked out of the courtroom. Diddy's whole reputation down the drain, and with all these secrets bubbling up, it looks like his troubles are just getting started. The streets are watching and everyone's wondering what else is about to come out. Sean Combs isn't just fighting for his freedom, he's pulling out all the stops to get out of jail before his trial even begins. The hip-hop mogul, who's facing serious street and racketeering charges, is making his third attempt at bail after 2 hard denials from the courts. And this time he's adding 2 legal powerhouses, Anthony Rico and Alexander Shapiro, to his defense team, joining seasoned attorney Mark Agnifilo with top-tier experience in federal cases and Supreme Court appeals. This dream team aims to secure his release, claiming the rapper deserves his shot at fighting the charges on the outside. An insider spilled that Diddy is hopeful today a notice of appeal was filed in the Second Circuit regarding Mr. Coles's detention. This is a standard notice to the court, and the actual appeal brief will be filed soon. Sean Combs is building his dream legal defense team, adding Anthony Rico and Alexander Shapiro to the trial team. Tony is one of the finest trial lawyers in the country. Alexander is hands down the best appellate lawyer practicing today. She has successfully represented prominent Wall Street professionals, public officials, as well as major public and private companies. Diddy's lawyers filed an appeal notice in the Second Circuit Court, hoping to sway the judge with unprecedented bail conditions, $50 million collateral, no female visitors, weekly substance testing, and strict visitor logs. But it's an uphill battle. Judge Carter wasn't convinced before, and prosecutors argue that Diddy's alleged intimidation tactics and disturbing charges make him a major flight risk. I don't believe that counsel has the ability to control you given the very significant concerns I have, particularly because of substance A and what seems like anger issues. Judge told Combs and his counsel the danger I think is quite serious. She added of Coles's release, deciding that the bond package his team offered would not assure his return to court or the safety of the community, or the lack of witness is tampering was always the underdog in this bail argument, and that's because of the crime of actually creates a presumption that the defendant should be. The government says he's notorious for tampering with witnesses, and shocking details keep emerging. Over 1,000 bottles of lubricant seized in raids, videos of violent altercations and alleged days-long freak-off parties where substance and coercion were reportedly used to control victims. Even Costco jumped in, denying they sell baby oil in bulk after Diddy's lawyer suggested it was just a household supply, with former allies and victims speaking out and a legal team pulling every trick in the book. Diddy's desperate bid for freedom has only just begun. The question is, will his powerhouse defense make any difference, or has the court already made up its mind? Although Mark Agnifilo, one of Combs' lawyers, vowed to appeal the decision, I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible, he said outside the courthouse on September 18. I'm going to try to minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. He believes is innocent. I believe he's innocent, and we're going to fight this case with all of our Might until we don't have to fight any longer. It's pretty clear that the legal team might be at their wits' end right now. The walls are closing in on Diddy and there isn't anything he could do about it. It doesn't help that the evidence against Sean Combs just keeps piling up. In a bombshell letter to the judge, US Attorney Damon Williams pushed to keep Diddy behind bars until trial, revealing a mountain of incriminating evidence gathered over months. Prosecutors say they've got dozens of witnesses and victims who've testified to Diddy's alleged pattern of and it doesn't stop there. Investigators reportedly seized over 90 devices, from cell phones and laptops to cloud storage accounts, alongside 30-plus hard drives, all linked to Diddy and his inner circle, with over 300 grand jury subpoenas issued to tech, social media platforms, banks, and even Diddy's own businesses. Prosecutors alleged they've uncovered dozens of video recordings that show his notorious freak-offs. These aren't just wild parties. Prosecutors say the footage backs up claims of days-long substance-fueled gatherings where Diddy allegedly coerced adult workers and unwilling participants using substances and intimidation to keep control. Things just keep looking worse for Diddy Combs. The stakes could be higher, yet somehow his defense seems to be digging him deeper, with charges like racketeering and coercion looming over him. Diddy's legal team is scrambling to sway public opinion, but Mark Agnifilo, his attorney, recently revealed the roughest part of prison life for Diddy. He's struggling with the food. Agilo shared that Diddy, accused of serious crimes, just can't eat garbage food. His co-counsel Anthony R. added that while Diddy's adjusting, nobody would be okay with staying in jail. Diddy hungry. Sean Combs apparently refusing jail food. Some say he's missing his private __. So far his defense isn't exactly pulling in sympathy. Instead of addressing the severity of the accusations or discussing concrete evidence in Diddy's favor, his lawyers are zeroing in on complaints about the jail's menu. According to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, inmates do have a choice of regular, heart-healthy, and no-flesh meals, and can buy additional food like protein bars, cashews, and honey buns from the commissary. Still, Agnifilo seems to believe that poor food quality might make the public reconsider the charges. Yet, with over 100 women coming forward with accusations and disturbing evidence on the line, this food defense in a new lawsuit, he's facing shocking accusations of having deed and aid a 10-year-old boy. Back in the mid-2000s, the civil complaint filed by John Doe with high-profile attorney Tony Busby alleges that Doe, an aspiring young performer, was set up by an industry consultant to meet with Combs, who promised him the world in a New York hotel room. Instead, the boy claims he was horrifically betrayed, with Diddy using his power to take advantage of the child's dreams. And this isn't the only accusation. Yet another lawsuit was filed by a second anonymous man claiming Diddy and his bodyguard aid him at 17 while he auditioned for Making the Band. Allegedly, Dr. What is wrong with this guy? 10-year-old boy in a Manhattan hotel room in 2005. Which home-selling SP musician? You have to do some stuff you don't want to do sometimes. After the boy resist, word is that Diddy's lead attorney Mark Agilo is packing his bags, ready to leave Diddy high and dry. After all, with mounting lawsuits, no bail in sight, and a mountain of evidence piling up, it seems Mark doesn't even want to stick around to watch this ship go down. Diddy's inner circle is shrinking fast, and the legal setbacks keep coming, with more people stepping up to testify, and the weight of these devastating accusations. Mark abandoning ship could be the final nail in the coffin for Diddy. Wait, there's more. After more than 2 decades of loyal service, Natalie Moore, the PR powerhouse behind his public image, has just walked away from him. Moore, who was the head of communications for Diddy, and she's been by his side through countless projects and controversies, but now with Diddy facing serious federal ST charges, she had no choice but to quit, leaving her contact information. Disconnected PR guru who has been with him for the last 20 years and helped him launch all of these different businesses, from the luxury clothes to the SRO, all of it quit. According to sources, her sudden exit isn't just about cutting ties. There's speculation she could be under legal scrutiny herself and might even be forced to testify in court. This situation left her with no other option. Diddy was her entire world. She will surely be deposed for this if she has not been already. Natalie stuck with him after that. It is now reckoning time for him and for everyone else involved. Rumor has it her cell phone may have been seized, which could spell big trouble for Diddy as investigators dig deeper into his inner circle. Natalie's Departure marks yet another major player distancing themselves from the embattled Bogle, joining a list of former associates and insiders who are backing away fast from close friends to business associates, everyone stepping back, signaling that Diddy's world of enablers is starting to crumble and he might be running out of defenders. But you know why Natalie leaving is a big deal, because Natalie previously praised her former boss. And in July last year she said she enjoyed being around his energy. In an interview with PR Newsweek in 2018, Diddy gushed over his PR guru and said,